making an unscheduled stop. This is the Irish Famine Memorial. It is not part of the Freedom Trail. It is part of the Irish Heritage Trail, but it runs right along the Freedom Trail. So I figured we should include this in our little series of videos. It's located directly across from the old corner bookstore and the Old South Meeting House. Now, the memorial is dedicated to the Irish families that came to Boston during the Irish potato famine. Now, that happened from 1845 to 1852. And during that time, the good citizens of Boston did rally and pull together and loaded a ship of 800 tons worth of food and supplies and sent to Ireland. But unfortunately, in Ireland, they estimate about 1 million people died of starvation, and then probably close to another 2 million left Ireland. Many of those people came to America, and Boston would have been the first port, the closest port to Ireland. But as you can imagine, the conditions of coming over were often very crowded and very unpleasant. They started calling these the coffin ships. So many people died on these ships. So many people got sick on these ships. In fact, they had quarantined many people on an island in the harbor of Boston before they were allowed to come into Boston. Now, as they came into Boston, they were able to find jobs working on the docks or working in factories, but they were considered a lower class of citizen. And like, for example, many of the businesses, maybe they needed help. They would have a sign saying help wanted, Irish need not apply. So it took, 50 to 60 years or more for the Irish to kind of reclaim their place in history. In fact, from 1929 to 1994, every mayor of Boston was an Irish American. And so they kind of dominated the political scene for quite some time. And of course, there was also John Fitzpatrick, which was John F. Kennedy's mother's father. He was into politics. Mayor Curley was a big political figure. There was a lot of political figures that were of Irish descent, including John F. Kennedy. And by the time John F. Kennedy became president, that second-class citizenship kind of faded away. Now, the memorial depicts two statues. One statue depicts a family in Ireland sad and starving to death, and the other statue depicts a family that came to America and are thriving and doing well. The sculptor was a man named Robert Shore, and it was dedicated in 1998. I hope you enjoyed this little detour on the Freedom Trail, especially if you were of Irish descent, and I'll catch you at the next stop. Bye.